Ani, Kerry Assiniwe, Dijna Cause. Hello, my name is Kerry Assiniwe, and again, I'm coming to you as your host for Wiikwemkoong Unceded Territories Vodcast podcast initiative. Again, I know people have been tapping in, listening to us, whether it's through the video here or we're also available on Spotify. So, Chimigwech for everybody who is joining us on a regular basis. Again, the focus is just to provide some updates for our band membership, whether you live on reserve or off reserve, on the programs, the services provided, contact information, and all the amazing, hardworking people that are ensuring that our programs and services are being delivered and running smoothly for all of our Wiikwemkoong band members. So, speaking of one of those amazing people, joining me here today, we have Maureen Peltier, and Maureen Peltier is the Education Director for the Wiikwemkoong Board of Education. Welcome, Maureen.
Honey, well, thank you for having me.
Education, huge in our community, of course. It's a place where we send all of our children to every single day. They get on the bus, they walk, they get dropped off, and they're there for the day. It's like going for a little job. I find sometimes it's like it's their full-time job.
That is their job, yep.
That's right. So they're there to learn. So maybe just give us a sense then, the schools. So we have 3 schools, maybe the number of students in those schools.
Yeah, so we have, I say 3 schools, but we also have a daycare. And that daycare is running about 40 kids. Our junior school goes from kindergarten to grade 3, and our Pontiac school goes from grade 4 to grade 7, and our high school has the grade 8s right to grade 12. So we have approximately, over 600 kids in our system. So it's quite a bit we're responsible for. So yeah.
And your staff.
We have over 200 staff. Yes. So a lot of people, but it's a great team, and we have a very important job to do. So, yes.
With the little ones and the older ones. Okay, so and speaking of that, there are big plans with the board. I mean, we're going to see new things happening facility-wise, education facility-wise. Give us some insight into that.
So, as you might know, our Pontiac School and Junior School are well over 50 years old, and they are very limited in space. So we're going to build a new super school that's going to be kindergarten to grade 8. So we're in, this has been a long time coming. A lot of work was done by previous directors, previous education staff. And I'm fortunate enough to get into the part where we're bringing things to fruition. So we have a project manager on board already, and currently we're putting out an RFP for a design architect to start designing our school. So part of that means meeting with all of our staff to see what they want in this school. And so that'll be a good opportunity to make it our very own. So I'm excited for that. And I know a lot of our staff are, because we have our issues with our schools, right? So, and this will be great. I want it to be a fun place where kids feel welcome and they want to come every day. And it's their school. It's not ours. It's theirs. So in the end, it'll be good.
So when we're looking at the super school, excuse me, where did the idea for a super school come from? What was the purpose behind it?
Well, I think it probably in terms of efficiency, instead of having 2 schools, 1 would be better. I haven't looked that far back to see the reasoning behind it, but it makes sense, right, to have 1 school with all those grades. Now it's going to be a big undertaking, but we're excited for it. So yeah.
And let's talk about language, culture in this super school. I really love that term, super school. So language and culture, I know in the community, we're really on that revitalization. We're on the preservation of our culture. And of course, at the core of all of that is our language. So obviously that's going to be a part of this, the foundation almost, I would think.
Yes, it is a big, important part. And well, recently we had a consultant come in, and they drew up a plan essentially for us. And it included our community partners. So not just the schools, but how we can work with our community partners, and what we can all focus on. So part of our planning is to sit down with our staff within our schools, but also with our community partners. So it's a team effort, right? It can't just be on one group or one person to get our language back. But we're fortunate to still have fluent speakers in our community, and we try to bring them in as much as we can within the schools. And I think our kids, they take it very easily. Like it's just like a sponge to water, right? So we really do need to put a higher placement on our language for sure.
And this is just not a, behind the scenes, effort by the staff, all the staff and the consultants, like you said, an RFP, which means a request for proposals will be
Sorry.
going out. No, that's fine, that's fine. I don't think everybody understands what that RFP, they hear it, but they're not sure
Yeah.
what that means. But it's also engaging, including the voices of our community as well.
Mhm.
There's a portion of that in the planning, will be updates as the super school is
Oh, yeah,
being
yeah.
planned.
Part of the designing is community engagement. So we'll start with the school, right? Like I mentioned, we'll get the staff's input, but we also need to look at the community. What do you see? Because it's not when I say it belongs to the children, it belongs to our community too. So there's going to be opportunities for events to be held in our gym or using the classroom for workshops. So yeah, it's good to have that community input, and we'll be working on that for sure.
Wonderful. It sounds exciting. So we're really looking forward to the updates on this super school for Wiikwemkoong. Okay, so next, when we're talking about enhancing education opportunities as well, we have the trade school as well that plans are underway or starting to.
Yes, so we are getting to the end of a feasibility report or feasibility study,
Mhm.
sorry, for a trade school. So when I say trades, I mean the technological courses for high school. So we've been working with FHR Inc. and Third Line Studios to do this study. And it's been a lot of work. We've gotten a lot of data and we've sat down and actually designed it. So we took the teachers from the high school, got their input, and they made wish lists essentially, said this is all the equipment I want in the room. And we use that to size the room. So we essentially have a whole layout. It's a design building already. So now they're just looking at cost analysis and I think that's it.
Mhm.
So we're very close to the end, but it's
Mm.
really great because it'll have manufacturing, carpentry, construction technology, robotics, as well as hairstyling aesthetics, and then a commercial kitchen for hospitality classes. So part of that will actually include a smaller kitchen with a big cafeteria, and that'll be a rental space for our community.
That's
Yeah.
amazing because we all know in our community, as especially as of late, we do see a lot of the trades in action. We
Yes.
have a lot of, say, road work, for example,
Yep.
construction, and we know that to design roads, there's engineering behind that. There's the physical labor part. There's the equipment operate. You know what I mean? There's just all of that there, right?
There's lots of
Oh,
opportunities in the trades, and
oh yeah.
you know, our high school is we're limited in space. So right
Mhm.
now we have carpentry and our robotics, right? But we can do so much more if we had the space, and so that's the goal. And a lot of our learners are hands on, so it'll be big opportunities for them. So I'm
Mhm.
excited for it.
I'm excited too. Me much for that. Okay, so it just, I guess, in general, does whether you are attending the schools here that we currently have in our community,
Mhm.
or we're going into the big super school or trade school, there are responsibilities, I
Yes.
guess, of students, and I know that the board on a regular basis does provide updates and reminders to the parents. Maybe at this time of the year, right now, what are some of those key ones that you want to reach out to parents, guardians?
I think, well, right from the beginning of the school year, we've needed updated contact information for parents. So, if your child's in an emergency, we need to know how to contact you. Calling the school, letting us know. You can also use our parent portal to update that information. But it's necessary for our kids, and we want them to feel safe. So if we can't get a hold of parents, they're not going to feel safe. So we need that information. And then with the weather changing, it's always good to remember to dress appropriately for the weather, whether that's rain or snow. Be prepared, right? Yeah, I'd like to think attendance is also a big thing that we need to remind everybody about. Like you said, this is their job. Going to school is our children's job. I used to tell my students that all the time. This is your job every day. You can just come here and you learn, and then you go home and have fun. So coming to school is important, and we'd like to see them every day, everybody. So
Mhm.
yes, I can't remember what my other reminder was for
I
you.
think it was the, process of communicating. Say
Oh
if you got an
yes,
issue or a
yes.
question or inquiry for
So
your student child.
yeah, so part of that communication line is the teacher is the first direct person to go to. And then if they can't help you, they will usually take that concern to the principal. and then it goes further from there. But your a parent's first direct person to go to is the parents. I mean, sorry, the teacher.
It's the teacher. And again, all that information, you do share that. It's available on the website as well as
Yes,
social media. So you do have what's your website and your social media channels?
wbe-education.ca.
Okay.
CA?
I think you're CA.
Yeah.
CA, that's Canada. And then, you do also have a Facebook page, which
We
is
do, yes.
Wiikwemkoong Board of
So
Education.
we have our Board of Education website, but all of our schools have their own page as well.
Okay.
Yes, as well as our post-secondary unit, hub center, or I think our Minimum program has that as well, so yeah,
Lovely.
we are reachable.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess maybe just one, reminder, we're heading next week, we're going into Halloween
Oh,
evening.
yes.
Maybe reminders, you're providing that little reminder, safety in schools or just a message?
Well, I think our biggest, and we already do this, but is a reminder on allergies, right? We don't
Mm,
want any peanut items coming into school. A lot of our kids have various allergies, so that's a good reminder. But also being safe out on the sidewalks when you're out trick or treating, being visible. I know black is associated with Halloween, but that might not be good when you're walking out in the dark, right? So having something visible when you're out trick or treating would be good, and going out with your parent as well. Yeah. It's
yeah.
always fun. We always like I know the community had a lead up, right, to Halloween, and it's been Halloween week here in Wiki. And it's ongoing. So our schools, that's a whole day of fun. And
Mhm.
then I'm sure they're excited.
Oh, I know they are. My daughter I have an 8-year-old daughter, and she's very excited, and again, reminder, check your candy, make sure, that kind of thing as
Yeah.
well. We've been doing that I've been doing that since I was a little girl, so it's fun just dumping out the bag on the floor, and there you go.
Yeah.
And then you get to choose what you like and don't like, and then mom and dad take the rest, right?
They take the what you don't like.
Right, oh, yeah, or what they like first, right? Mhm, been there, done it.
Parent tax.
Yes, that's right. Now, okay, well, that is great information. And again, coming from our Education Director, Maureen Peltier for Wiikwemkoong Board of Education, I want to say Chimigwech,
Oh my gosh.
for joining us and giving us some more insight. And of course, we know the contact. You can
Yep.
contact the school if you have any questions, the school board, as well as the schools.
Yes.
So, now,
All
okay.
right. Miigwech for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, Miigwech, for joining us on the Wiikwemkoong Unceded Territories Vodcast. And again, don't forget to check us out. We're on Spotify as well. Yay. Nahau, Bama.
Bama.